Hello everyone, we're out here today working on number 4. For those that don't know, the first big project that we're throwing ourselves into is the locomotive's cab. We're out here today continuing the teardown phase, removing all the rotted wood lining inside the cab's interior, as well as the other steel components that are too corroded or rotted away, such as the rain gutters. We're removing those for replacement altogether. Look inside the cab here. We're continuing to remove the rotted remains of the wood lining. We're keeping these for use as patterns where we can to make sure that we're making an exact replica of what the interior design would have been like. You can see here that the cab was originally still painted green per the specifications from Baldwin. You can still see some of the remains of the windows here as well. So one of the projects we're working on is removing the rain gutters from the cab roof. As you can see, there's some pretty serious corrosion from sitting around for so many years. Lots of water or snow would build up on the backside here and just corrode it away entirely. Some of them's rotted all the way through, as you can see. So to remove these, what we're doing is grinding down the heads of the rivets completely flush with this piece of angle iron, and then we'll use a hammer and a punch to push the rivet out, and from there this piece of angle will come off completely before we can take a new piece of angle, drill all the holes at the appropriate spacing, and rivet replacements back on. We've already completed doing so on the fireman side of the cab. See, all those rivets are punched out and the rain gutter has been removed. Some of the other parts of the cab we're going to have to get into on the rear walls down here. You can see they're rotted through just about all the way. We're going to cut those up about 6 inches, remove this entire lower portion back here, and we will weld the seam across the top, grind it down flush so you can't tell it's there, and then we'll rivet it back in along the bottom and sides. We'll do the same thing over here too. Another task to be done is removing the angle iron that goes around the bottom of the cab all the way around. Now this is what they use to bolt the cab down to the rest of the locomotive, and these are also quite rotten. We've got some rust jacking going on between the angle iron and the cab wall. What that means is as the water penetrates that joint there, rust develops in between, and the thing about rust is that it expands, and as it expands it pushes the pieces of metal apart and distorts them and causes further corrosion. We have part of the metal lining here that formed the window sill. As well as up here, you can see the wear that was made over the years from the bell cord being pulled back and forth and slowly wearing away the bottom of that part. We're trying to save as many of the original components and original materials as we can for this cab. However, we're going to continue to replace what we must and preserve the original fabric. For those that don't know, we're currently fundraising for the restoration of the cab. This whole project is going to cost $6,000. That includes everything from new metal to put on where I just described, having the whole unit sandblasted, and from there we're going to put a fresh coat of primer all over it and rebuild the wood lining that went inside the cab. From there we can rebuild things like the windows, the cab curtains, and eventually we're going to cover the whole thing in a fresh coat of Baldwin green paint. Then we can redo the aluminum lettering and striping that went around it, and the cab will be ready for service on number 4 once again. I wanted to take a moment to thank everybody for all their support with our custom ink fundraiser for everybody who bought a t-shirt, as well as anybody else who has given us cash donations towards the cab. We've already raised over $4,000 of what we need to restore the cab of number 4. But it's not too late to contribute. If you'd like to support us, you can do so at industrialrails.org. As always, follow our latest updates on that website, as well as on our Facebook page and YouTube channel here. Looking forward to sharing more for you, and hope to see you on the next one.